Every time they see me.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Tom Ritchie, and this is Woodstock. I'm joined today for this episode by Farah Foster-Manning. Farah, how are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm awesome, but give me 10 minutes just to go through what you do and what you've done. So, acting, obviously, we know that. Production and producing, and an endurance athlete. I joked with you before. I think all of you endurance athletes are crazy. Like you're cut from a different cloth, first of all, but you're nutty. There's something about you.
I agree. I mean, we all, I don't know what's going on. It's just how we are.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's like we took, you know, pains from our childhood and continued into adulthood, and now we just want to keep going. I don't know. Or that's a negative thing to put, but I think we've dialed that down. Just
there's
to keep
always
going
some
and
sort of connection
creating.
somewhere along the line.
Yes.
I think I joked with you and I said, whenever I see someone running, I'm like, what are you running from? Where are you going? Like, no one enjoys it that much.
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, my answer to that is if there was zombies, I could put you on my back and carry you. So don't knock us.
What's the movie? What's the movie with oh my God, Eddie? No, hold on. Is Woody from Cheers? Oh my God, I always forget his name.
Cheers.
Yeah, he was the bartender. It was Woody. Oh my God, why I always forget him.
Woody, okay, yeah.
Anyways, it's Zombieland. Oh, there it is. Okay, man, my brain isn't working today. We're allergies. There's something clogging my head up. I'm not getting it out today. Anyways, Zombieland. And cardio was super important in that movie.
Right? Well, it is. It's important. I always say besides doing triathlons and stuff, I'm like ready. Every day
You're
I'm ready.
To go, yeah.
I'm ready for any kind of attack that happens. I'm just ready.
Yeah,
so
you can outrun them, you can outswim them, you can outbite whatever you need to do, you can get there.
Whatever
and then
do.
of course as well, the production of Condemned Woodstock, and you brought that back to your hometown. Well, hometown for the last, what was it, 18, 20 years, somewhere in there?
Yeah. It's been it's closer to 25 now. So
25. Okay, well, I'm going to fire my researcher. That's me. Okay, so tell me, like, what brought you to Woodstock to begin with? We're going to get into your history, why you've put roots here. And then also, super interesting is the Condemned series, which is season 2. And we'll get into all of that as well. But tell me about Woodstock, why Woodstock, and who is Farah?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, let's see. This is hard because there's so much going on every day in my life. So yeah, basically you kind of nailed it earlier. I am a producer, I'm an actress, an endurance athlete. I moved here from Windsor closer to 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And why we chose Woodstock, it's very convenient. It's like the hub to go any place you need to go. And that was I originally was a pharmaceutical sales rep.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got here, and I feel like, becoming an actor, Toronto's the Mecca. Toronto is the California of shows now. It's everything is taped in Toronto. So it's an hour away. It's convenient.
Whoa, hold on. Whoa, hour?
I drive fast.
What time are you leaving? And how fast are you driving?
So my Lamborghini goes really fast. And it's perfect. I know the route. It's just great. Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt.
I hope there's no police watching right now.
Yeah.
I hope not.
I'm actually meeting with Nick, Police Chief Nick, tomorrow.
Hello, Nick.
We're going to get APB
perfect.
out on Farah Foster-Manning plate, please. We're going to...
Sorry. Not sorry.
But also it makes sense. I mean, you're right at the crossroads, right? We've been saying this for years and we've promoted it heavily. We're basically central to everything.
Everything. London, Stratford, Brantford, Kitchener, Toronto. It was a great spot. That was basically location wise. This is where we wanted to land up. Price point too then. It was a great price point compared to the big cities, right? So, and once we got here, it was the community.
Oh yeah.
So, and then, I can go into the little hubs that, from all the training that I do, all the trails and all the different roads that keep popping up on me that I don't, I do this all the time and I'm like, where am I? Oh, this is different. Oh, it's beautiful. Like there's a lot that Woodstock has to offer. We just need to get another pool. That's about it. But other than
Yeah,
that,
another pool would be
because
nice.
I'm a
I'm
swimmer.
hearing it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're seeing all the candidates coming out of the woodwork now. They're starting to file officially, and I see it in the comments all the time. I go straight to the comments, and because listen, there is no neutral ground for a politician. There really isn't. They're going to
Yeah,
get
no.
slaughtered. They could they could be rocking puppies to sleep in their spare time, and they're still going to get slaughtered. It doesn't matter what they do. But pool
It
comes up a
doesn't.
lot. I would imagine for you, you'd like a lap pool of some sort.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know what? I'm probably I go 95%. I'm probably one of the population that, well, I'm part of the Woodstock Triathlon Club,
Mm,
and we're always using it. We've
yeah,
always had, so it's not an issue. The Lions pool was great too when we had that.
yeah,
But we make it work,
yep,
right?
yep,
So, but of course, if there's more access to another one, that would be fantastic, you
sure.
know?
I'm
Of course,
thinking,
it's a growing community, so we need to, always upgrade stuff, and fingers crossed, it's probably in the works. It is in the
yeah, yeah.
works,
I
so
think we'll definitely get one in the future, and I think that it's a matter of assessment as well, right? Because the pandemic kind of put a weird myopic scope on what was going on, and as people are coming out of that, some are more inclined to get out and do that type of stuff, and others still living a little close. I think of a Seinfeld episode where Kramer started swimming in the Hudson. And I'm like, there's nowhere else. This is great for your back, Jerry. We got to get in the
okay, so
you
that's
just
funny. Here's real
Pittock.
life. This is a real life Woodstock, Seinfeld. So we would swim in Pittock
Yeah.
when it was COVID. Like, I can't make that up. We didn't have masks on, that would kill us, but we literally
Yeah,
kept the 6 feet
waterboarding
apart.
the triathletes.
I'm not kidding. It was disgusting, but it was awesome because we had to do something. It wasn't
Yeah.
actually terrible. We went, like,
So
earlier
it
on in.
depends on the time of year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're closer. Yeah, it was good. We made it work.
Yeah,
I
don't
don't
swallow
know.
the water.
A lot
Yeah.
of crazy stuff as noted.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but it's what we had to do. It was good.
Yeah.
Pittock.
So I mean, and I think you had talked about, you're still discovering new trails. Woodstock's been progressive with making sure that we've got those areas. When I talk to newcomers to Woodstock, they're like, "Oh my God, I didn't know Burgess Park was there. I didn't know this was there. I didn't know that was there." Um, I don't know how else we get it out there. I think people need to be inclined to want to do that, and then maybe visit a website. I mean, it's part of the reason why I started this as well, which
Yeah.
is become a little more familiar with the people, the places, the businesses, like what you can do in Woodstock. Hopefully it's helping. I don't know. We'll see in the, in the future
It
when I
will
send out the
help.
survey. Yeah.
You are helping big time. Because I mentioned to you earlier that I didn't find Pittock for like 5 years.
Yeah.
I was living here and I'm like, "Where did this lake come from?" It was,
Yeah.
like, glorious. I didn't even know it was a reservoir. Like, I was just like, "Oh, there's a dam?" Like, it
Hmm.
was I couldn't believe it because coming from Windsor, we had water surrounding us from Detroit River to the
Yeah.
lakes, right? So
Yeah.
I was kinda, like, bummed out when that was the only thing. I'm like, "There's no waterways here." Like, I don't
Hmm.
know my direction, because we always
Yeah.
did our direction according to the water in Windsor, but now I was like,
Mm.
"Oh, the 401 is my direction, I guess. That's
Right.
south."
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, but when I found Pittock, I was like, "This is amazing." And the trails,
Hmm.
they're like fairy tale trails.
They're
The
awesome.
trees,
Yeah.
the way the trees are planted, how they were just laid out, all the nature, all that stuff, it's like, "Really?
Yeah.
Woodstock?"
Yeah.
Like,
So I mean,
okay.
you've got your own backyard to play in when it comes time to train, but what got you into that? Like, what one day you woke up and went, "I'm going to be a triathlete." Yep, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Well, I did wake up one day and said that I'm tired of being that exhausted mom, and I
Mm.
wanna do something for myself, so I started running.
Yep.
I was like, "I'm gonna do the hardest thing possible." I don't even know if I owned running shoes, but I basically strapped on whatever was on my feet,
Yep.
and I went into it was winter time, I remember that, and who knows, I probably ran a K. Like, I don't know, I thought I was amazing, I was like, "I did it, yes, yes,"
Yeah.
and then it just came from exhaustion, right? Just finding myself again, taking that 20, 30 minutes and giving it back to myself.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
it was just like that was my epiphany.
Yep.
And then I'm like, "Oh, okay. I liked swimming when I was, in high school and stuff and university. Let's see what this pool has to offer." So I did. I called up the local club and I'm like, "Oh, I want to start swimming." And fearful because my body changed. I have 4 kids. Uh, it's always that presentation that you're worried
Sure.
about. So
Yeah.
I got on the pool deck and nobody looked at me. So I hopped in the water. My coach was like, try to swim. I was like, okay. And I did it. I haven't stopped. And I'm like, what the heck was I waiting for?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just like the compound effect. I read the book, The Compound Effect. And since that, I strongly believe in that. It's just you
Hmm.
keep going. You
Yeah.
say yes. And if it's a no, you'll know in the end, but just say yes,
Try
right?
it.
And
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Try it and keep going, you
Hmm.
know? It
So,
compounds up.
but I
Yeah.
mean, okay, so you start with running.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes
Terrible.
sense. That's where everyone is, right? They're like, I think I had said, like, I won't say I liked running. I moderately was okay with it, but for me, running was like, yeah, this is killing. Like, I had back surgery, so I'm like, the impact was just killing me. And shoes, I mean, nowadays, they've come so far. I actually saw I think it was a podiatrist or someone was talking about how these fancy shoes now with all the extra arch support and all this forward incline
Oh,
and
yeah.
all these things, they're actually bad for your feet unless you're
Right.
only going to wear them for, say, that run, but otherwise like being barefoot. So I get the running part, but what brings you to, so swimming, all of it takes conditioning. I get that. But then
Yeah.
biking, like where did you pick up the biking side of it?
I was basically told by my coach, get on a bike. Get on your beach cruiser, put
Yeah.
flowers out
Yeah.
in your basket in the front and just go. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. Because you know what? It's one of those things when you just listen to the coach and you just do. So
Right.
I'm open to progress. So obviously I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. So I started that. So I combined it all because then the race season started. We were,
Mhm.
you train in the winter. Race season is actually now summertime.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think what actually kept me going was winning. Was winning.
Winning.
Being on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
podium
That helps.
just fluky. I'm not
Wow.
I didn't come from an athletic background at all,
Hmm.
but I haven't stopped, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So from that point, local races I would win, then I would go international. I have done major, major races now. It's been a total of about 10 years. So I
Yeah.
once again, haven't stopped. Every day, something, every day I train. If I miss a day, it's pretty rare, but
Okay. Yeah. Do you feel
it
like something's missing in your day/week if you didn't get a chance to train or do or work? I'll just say work out
oh,
because
yeah.
obviously yeah.
It's
What's wrong
like
with us? There's something
it's like
wrong with us
even
where we're like, God, I'm such a slob. Why didn't I
yeah,
work out today? Oh my God. I might as well just go eat a piece of cake or something. Like, this is
it's true.
stupid.
Well, it's true. It's one of those things where it's just like breathing now.
Mm,
It's not, it just needs to be done. It's my body, it's my health.
yeah.
Like I actually remember I think I missed 3 days before
Woo.
and I started to get sick. Like, I
Oh,
started to, like yeah, I
yeah.
was, like, sniffling, and I'm like, "What the heck? Like,
Yeah.
why am I" Yeah, and it was kinda, like, because my body's always in go mode right now,
Yep.
so
Yep.
it's a good go mode. It's not like I am an intense
Not a
person,
burnout go mode, just
not a
yeah.
burnout.
Yeah.
I never burn out. I never really get sore. I don't get
Hmm.
sore. My
That's good.
recovery's always there. I think because I started later with all this,
Yeah.
so
Smarter
I don't
about
have
it. Yeah.
diabetes or anything yet, not
Right.
yet.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like, not like, when people start in their 20s and then it's like, "Time's up now," kind of thing.
Yeah,
You're working through the
yeah,
pains,
well, you've worn out all your joints, sorry.
Yeah, I was pretty concerned. Well, I wouldn't say concerned, but when I was training for RAAM, Race Across America,
Mhm.
right there, I was on the bike every day for up to 3, 4 hours prior to racing it, probably like I would say 2, 3 months of this intensity. So I'm thinking, how's my joints?
Yeah,
How's it
yeah.
going?" I would scan my body every day as I'm doing this, just mentally scan
Mhm.
but yeah, no, it was great.
Well, I
It
was
it
gonna
worked
ask
out.
I wanted to ask about RAM as well. So, the way I wanted to ask about it, though, is which is your most memorable event/race? And it doesn't have to be the biggest blowout, it doesn't have to be one, it's first place, just the one that is the most memorable or the one that feeds your soul that you look back on, and you're like, "Oh, if I could do that one more time."
One more time. Obviously RAM.
Yeah, for
RAM.
sure. Yeah.
RAM. Race Across America. So I did that in 2021. Hold on. Is it
21, yeah. 8-person
2021?
team. Yeah.
2021. And, I know it's been a while. It seems like
Not that
yesterday.
long though. 5 years is nothing compared to I'm seeing stuff where people say, I was born in the 1900s, and I'm like, "That sounds," and I'm like, hold on a second.
Really,
99 is the 1900s."
that's really funny.
Yeah, it
So I
makes me
didn't do
feel
this
old.
race in the 1900s. I did it 2021. I was chosen by, American team, so I
Mhm.
was part of an American team,
Yep.
and the connections that we never came together until, like, 2 days before RAAM.
Wow.
So we were always on Zooms, we were always
Yep.
talking, we had strategy, of course. Most of the team most of my teammates and crew were Navy SEALs, pro athletes,
Yeah.
okay? So,
Yeah.
and so our mentality was so strong, and here I am, Canadian girl, going on an American team that are just, they're dogs, man.
Yeah.
They know what to do, and they know
Yeah.
how to do it, and they don't give up. This is
No
just,
doubt.
like,
The pedigree is
their
up there for
pride.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm kinda like, and that was the thing, we did it for, the veterans. So, there's
Yeah,
a
I
lot
love
of,
that.
yeah, there's a lot of veterans. I had I didn't know much about veteran stuff,
Mm.
being maybe Canadian more because, we have it,
Yeah.
but we don't have it like there.
Yeah,
So
we do not. So in another role of my life, we support veterans through medical cannabis and Canada's largest platform. And
yeah,
when you get into first of all dealing with VAC and how we support our vets compared to the US, I won't get in with once they're veterans and they're out of service because they're
yeah.
they're grossly different. But it seems that the Americans do better to support their vets than Canada does.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. And that was the purpose of this race also. It was not only a race, but we
Mhm.
also raised over $100,000
Yeah.
for the vets.
So that's
Yeah, it was
Operation Second Chance, right?
that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was just amazing and it was just the connection with just everybody and the stories that I heard and coming out and like just what they've gone through,
Yeah.
and yeah,
So
so
for context,
it
sorry, Fair, I didn't mean to interrupt
yeah,
you. I just wanted to add context to what Race Across America is. So RAM, as you're referring
sure.
to it, that's what was it 3,000 miles or kilometers? Miles.
Miles.
Yeah. Well, I guess it was in the US. Yeah. And that's
Yeah,
California
yeah.
to Maryland.
Yeah. Yeah, Oceanside,
I mean, I'd
California
love to see it
to
all, but
yeah, to
not
Annapolis,
on a
Maryland.
bike or anything.
Yeah, yeah, so we rotated, so there was, a total of 8 of us on the team, and we
Yeah.
would rotate, 4 would go during the day and 4 would go during nighttime.
Wow.
So yeah, it was always a rotation,
Hmm.
and, I went through 13 states,
Oh,
and,
cool.
I have some proud moments where there was a lot that happened in the 6 so we
Yeah.
completed it in 6 days, 13 hours.
Wow. Wow.
And within those 6 days, a lot went on, and, like, I'm not even talking physically us. I think the physical part, we were ready, we were trained, we had our goal of we were gonna ride each 22 minutes for each time that a veteran takes their life, which is every
Oh,
22
wow.
seconds in the U
Wow.
Yeah, so that was our focus. I get chills just talking about that because
Yeah.
that was, like,
Jeez.
part of the plan, right? It was always veteran focused.
Yep.
Um, yeah. So, anyways, we did that. I was the one who crossed the state line at Kansas. I hit Can or sorry, no, sorry, I was in Kansas. I
Mhm.
remember that I crossed that state line. That was cool.
Yeah.
And when I got to West Virginia, I crossed that state line, and they were playing. Oh, what was that song by John Denver?
Oh, something about the Smoky Mountains, "Bring Me Home, Country Road." Is it that one?
Yeah.
I can't
So
remember
as
the name
soon
of it.
as as soon as the song ended, I
Yeah.
crossed the state line,
Wow.
like, instantaneously. Like, it was insane. It was like it was a moment. Everybody was just like I was like, "Yeah," and everybody in the so we had a chase vehicle all the time, and they were
Yeah.
just, like, so hype. That just happened. They couldn't
That's so
believe it.
cool. That's so cool.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking of that's a heck of a journey. Obviously, some somewhat mountainous terrain as well. Would that go through Colorado at all?
Absolutely. So we hit Co yeah, so we were oh my gosh. Yeah, Colorado. I
Wow.
actually Colorado.
Yeah.
It was more, I would say, longer, steep hill mountains.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Which are
when I hit
brutal. Like
when
I've
I hit
spent my
Virginia,
butt's been on a seat on a bicycle a few times, and those long progressive hills are like, is it ever gonna end? Like, can it
no,
stop?
no, like my speed, I would hit like going downhill.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would downhill, down mountain.
Yeah.
Speeds were at 68K. Like I was just 70K. Like it was just you just go, right? And then
Wow.
you have to go up, go down, go to go up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think the most challenging, so I'm in Kansas, it's windy. My teammates would get picked up a lot with the
Yeah.
wind, with the
Yeah. Yeah.
bike, but when we hit West Virginia, oh, so those were like 12th grade, like, climbs and stuff, like, it was like, okay, it was wild. West Virginia
Yeah.
was definitely wild. I thought we were
Wow.
coming to, like, "Oh, this is great, Kansas flatland, we're gonna get to Indiana flatland, this is
Yeah.
fantastic." And they're like, "No, we haven't hit what we should." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What?"
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's not
Yeah.
what it looked like in the movie. So that's pretty cool though. I mean, race, I almost said
Right.
against race against America, across America.
No, it
So
was.
3,000 miles. Wow, that's crazy. So that's
Yeah.
obviously like the pinnacle race for you.
Abs
Yeah.
it is absolutely a bucket list for any cyclist.
Okay.
Just entry alone is like 20 grand, just
What?
individually. Yeah, it's nuts.
Oof.
Like, if
Wow.
you get into this race, you're like the elite of cyclists.
No
Like, this is
doubt. Holy
hardcore.
smokes.
They call it the world's toughest race. Well, it is. The toughest like bike race. It
Yeah,
is.
you should do Amazing Race.
I could if I was
Do they
non-union.
still, is that still a thing? Is the
Oh
Amazing
yeah,
Race still a thing? Is it?
they
Yeah.
were casting for it like a couple months ago. Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do it unfortunately because I'm part of the union with ACTRA, so
Oh. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I know there's
Ah.
some shows I can't do. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it
Okay,
it
well,
is.
that's perfect because now that leads us to your acting career. So correct me if I'm wrong, but it was I think you and your husband had appeared, excuse me, had appeared on Arlene Dickinson's Under New Management. Is that where
That is
this kick started for you? And so what was
yeah,
that? That was 20, actually, why don't I look at some notes since I have some notes? That was 2020, right?
yeah.
Wow.
Uh, Fluky. I applied to a show. I didn't know it was no, I didn't know it was a show. Excuse me. I applied to something on Facebook where it says, "Are you interested in buying a business or starting a business?" And at that
Okay.
point, I was just knee deep in pharmaceutical sales. It was killing me. It
Yeah.
was a lot of work.
Yeah, no
So,
doubt.
but we always wanted to open up a business locally or
Hmm.
wherever, really in the health field.
Hmm.
So I applied. They contacted me, and they don't really tell you what it's. They didn't really say much.
Yeah,
They're
why is
like,
that world so secretive? You live in it now. Like like
"I do.
just
I
be
know
forthcoming with it.
it's kind of garbage." I wish I could post like even what I did yesterday on set. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
You always want to make it suspenseful. You can't know that somebody got killed yesterday because you're never
Sure.
gonna watch it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
get
I don't
that side of it, but I think there's lots
yeah.
like I one of my account managers way back when I ran tech was I called him my favorite thespian. But he's an actor and he did a lot of commercials and stuff, but he was doing some stuff. And I'm like, what do you he's like, I can't talk about that. I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean you can't talk about like I'm like, did you join the Masons? Like, what are you actually doing? Like, what's going
Yeah,
on?
no, it really I mean, if you look at it like that, I think, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's a secret society of acting.
Yeah.
Like even
Yeah.
my son just did a commercial for I'm gonna say it wrong, but FIFA. He says it's the World
Okay.
Cup whatever.
Yeah.
For so FIFA, but it was called like Project F, right? So
Oh,
I all we can
yeah.
say is, yeah, he was on Project F the other day, and now it's on TV, so I can say it was a World Cup
Yeah. Yeah.
FIFA commercial.
Yeah.
But, till then, you can't really yeah, so basically jumping back to Arlene, I didn't know it was a show. We
Mhm.
honestly wanted to buy a business.
And you had no
And
idea it was
so
probably connected to Arlene as
I had
well.
no idea.
Yeah.
So the crew came to the house for an interview session. They were interviewing only me because I'm the one who applied. And I
Okay.
kept talking about Thomas. I'm like, well, he wants to open up he would be my partner and all this stuff.
Mhm.
So they're like, okay, well, let's include him. Let's do this.
Mhm. Yeah.
So we had to open up the front door and say, "Welcome, welcome, Arlene." And we shut it. And he goes, "You know who that is?" I'm like, "No. Like, why would I have a clue?"
Yeah.
He's like, Arlene Dickinson. This is a show with Arlene Dickinson from Dragon's Den. I'm like, okay, wow, let's do this. Okay. So yeah, they actually didn't like us the first round. I was in Vegas and they called me. They're like, you didn't get it. We really like you guys. We have some issues with I think it was with where he worked.
Mm.
Because if he said where he worked, it would be an issue. I'm like, okay, well, guess what? I don't have to talk about where he
Yeah,
works.
he just quit.
And yeah, like, okay, let's act that out. And they're like, okay, you're back in the running. I'm like, that's all I had to say. Like, come on, guys. Like, give me a break.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
Come on,
yeah,
let's
so
negotiate this. We really want this. I see us doing this. What do you see us in?
Exactly. So we went to so it was with Arlene. We went to 3 different cities. We went to Cambridge, Stratford, and oh, I forget. It's that way. Anyways, so
Up? You went to Mars?
It was that way. It was that memorable. Yeah. So we did. We went and viewed these different places. One was a little girl's spa, like nail spa. Hated it. I'm like, I don't want to deal with
they're
kids.
presenting you with businesses to buy then.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
we wouldn't know where we were going the day of. We would show up and they're like, okay, here. And it's a little girl spa. I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm not good with kids. Like, I'm not good with doing kids' nails. I have kids, but like, I don't want to do this. Right.
Yeah.
And of course, it's like a CBC show, and I'm not supposed to be that person either. Right. Like, I don't like kids and I don't like, So, but it was presented that way, which was great.
But they wanted natural reactions. So obviously they're not
but
going
I'm
to load
like,
it. Yeah.
Yikes. Because I usually say stuff.
You see
on my
Farah's
mind,
reaction. Right? What? Where did you bring me?
That's pretty much if you watch it. Yeah.
I've got to watch it now. I haven't seen it.
It's always so bad. So the next one was a place in Stratford. It was like a bulk barn. We actually bought that one on TV. Yeah, we purchased it, and people to this day still ask us how it is. I'm like, oh yeah, it's great, flourishing. It's just a great business. Yeah, because I don't want to get into it.
Yeah.
And the third one was a sports store, but it was a hockey sports store. So I'm like sharpening skates, things like that, and I'm like, I like sports, mine, not that.
Yeah.
Of course, CBC, and I'm saying I don't like hockey is just perfect. Like,
so I canceled before you even get started.
I won the hearts of many. It was great. So it was a great time.
But I mean, that gave you the acting bug, right? Like, which wasn't really acting because I guess there was some, obviously. We need to redo that. We can tell that you don't like kids. Okay. Can you please act this out a little bit? So that gave you the opportunity, right?
It was a good 12 days. I really enjoyed it. Like it was intense. So I'm just like, I called my girlfriend up. She was an agent in Toronto. I knew that for years. Right. So I called her up. I said, really like this TV stuff. Can you get me on? She's like, yes. She's like, tomorrow, Designated Survivor. I'm like, okay, pack my bags.
That quick? What the heck?
Quick. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I was White House staff for a few seasons on Designated Survivor.
Cool. That's cool. And so you've done a bunch of things. We don't have to go through all of them, but you've, in either acting or production side of things, like we're talking like Suits, Handmaid's Tale, Designated Survivor, Murdoch Mysteries, Nurses, Academy, Umbrella Academy. Like there's a lot. And then Hallmark. Okay. What the hell is going on with Hallmark? All of a sudden, Hallmark goes from cards to they put out 600 Christmas movies every year.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? Is Hallmark its own production company?
It's all the same storyline, right? It's like,
I like their feel-good movies.
Yeah. No, I was just on one. We actually taped one in London a couple months ago. Again. Yeah. People love them. I think the plot's changed a bit. They'll do like usually it's Christmas ones, and now it's kind of like now there's like suspense involved, like almost like scary stuff.
They're
and
becoming
I'm like
soap operas. Yeah, when's Roman coming back?
Yeah.
It's the only name I remember from all my childhood soap operas my mom would watch. I remember Roman. Roman again. Yeah. Roman did it. So that's cool though. But I mean, so like, how do you move from acting to producing? Like,
Yeah.
like you're just, I think I can do this better. I've got my own ideas. What does that look like?
Well, okay, so basically, acting is obviously you're in character for that, right? Like,
Sure.
you are the character. But
Mm-hmm.
when you produce, you're the overall. Like you're bringing things to life,
Yeah.
more like
Yeah.
overall to life. And, well, that was the thing. So jumping right into Condemned Woodstock, that was produced. I actually did 2 seasons here
Mm-hmm.
and very successful.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I always love storytelling. So,
Okay.
acting eventually led me behind like the camera,
Yeah.
but producing gave me the opportunity to like create the stories that I wanted to tell. And diving into Woodstock, well, there's a lot of real stories that have happened here. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like, I don't have to be in Toronto to tell the big stories. I'm here, right?
Right. Right.
So basically what Condemned Woodstock is it's a true crime series.
Mm-hmm.
So it took like, all the stories that happened here, hangings, basically it was the hangings or trials,
Mm-hmm.
murder trials.
Yeah.
And we summed it into 2 seasons.
That's okay. So now break down. So did you decide you wanted to produce something, tell your own stories, and then came up with the concept for Condemned Woodstock, or had the concept of Condemned Woodstock, started learning about some of these stories and the history of Woodstock, and then bringing it all together, you went,
Yeah.
I think we should produce this.
Well, that was the thing. I mean, when you're in the realm of TV, there's many outlets you can do from crew to production to just everything. There's just so much entailed into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've been doing the acting for close to, 10 years, 8 years, that I was like, let me jump into something else. I didn't want to do the writing because I have a communication studies degree, but like I'm
Yeah,
good.
that's a different beast though,
I'm
right?
good with writing posts on
Writing
Facebook.
treatments and scripts and all that. That's
Yeah,
different. Yeah, much
that's
different.
different, but everybody has their niche, right?
Sure.
And I
Yeah.
feel like being a leader, I am a leader.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I'm a leader, so
There
I
you
thought,
go.
let's just jump right into producing. So, I took yeah, and that was I wanted to produce something. It was local, of course,
Yeah.
and there was a few storylines that I came up with, like some ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I went back to the true crime aspect because true crime sells. True crime is huge.
Oh yeah.
People love it. The podcast, the show,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Right? All of it. So that's where I started true crime, and then I dove into the history here.
What true crime or what crime story stood out to you the most without doing the research? Which one could you recall without any research at all?
Well, there's
a couple, obviously, but
Tori Stafford.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth Wettlaufer. Those were the most current ones. The other, so originally in season 1, we started with historically 1800s.
Yeah.
So we
James
wanted
Cook
to we wanted to bring it up to date, but then, just by everybody knows modern stuff, people know news. So that's why people will remember Elizabeth Wettlaufer and Tori Stafford. Yeah. So unfortunately we didn't dive into Tori Stafford because it's just there's a lot of emotion still connected with that.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
We didn't want to get too much into that, right? There's enough story, like news and stories out there with that people, we don't have to touch on. We didn't touch on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Elizabeth Wettlaufer, that was like, it's part of Canadian history now. So I wanted to, I want to look beyond the headlines and like understand the people and community that was affected by it.
Yeah.
So that's why, that's something major and that was actually technically 2 episodes that we put it together because it was so
large. That's season 2, correct?
That's season 2.
Yeah. So I went through the list. I haven't had a chance to, I think they're available through Bell 5 at this point. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. And it's going through distribution right now. So it'll
beautiful.
Be
yeah.
Other
Let's do
places.
That.
Yeah.
Let's make sure you get to listen, whoever. You want to pick up Condemned Woodstock so we can all watch it if we don't have Bell 5? There's a
Exactly.
couple that stood out though when I was looking at the episode list. So familiar with the vast majority of them. I remember, like, I grew up in Old Woodstock, so
Right.
impressionable youth, bumming around in those areas, the jail cell
Yep.
and whatnot, and you would see like the jail cell was still there, like the courtyard was still there where he would have hung, and the iron
Right.
gates were there, and you could see the mask and all of that, the death mask, right?
Right.
So I remember that one, but the one that really stood out that kind of just took me for a second. I didn't need to even read it. It was Mark Wells. So
Yeah.
I was probably, I don't even know. I'm going to say around 10. I'd have to go back and look at the date. You may know it, but I remember that vividly. I remember it announced, I think my stepdad had a police scanner. So
Oh, wow.
something went on the day of or night of. And then, myself and friends were younger. We were allowed to bum around at night. We end up down in that area and it's all cordoned off. And then you hear about the story and what I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I slept for like 2 or 3 nights. Like, it was crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But there's
Yeah.
other standout ones in there. Was there anything as you were going through either filming or production or, I don't even just the research where it rubbed people the wrong way and they were somewhat against the production of this or this coming out?
Of course.
Okay.
But, that, of course,
Yeah.
there was a few people who would, say things. But once again, that's where we really had to be accurate and take it
Mm.
right from archives.
Mm.
We weren't creating our own stories. We were
Yep.
taking what was there and putting it on screen so that we weren't offending the families and stuff, right? So we
Mm.
were trying to, say it certain ways. Of course, people reached out to us and, they didn't want us to do some stories or things like
Mhm.
that. One of them was the Lizzie Tilford story.
Okay. I'm not
Uh,
familiar with that
you
one.
know, that was a little delicate for some of the families. So we made it okay.
Okay.
We talked to them and we rounded it around, like, calling names out, just so it wasn't like so sensitive, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean, even if it's historically documented, you still have to present it in a respectful way.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, and we did that, and it was fine. It was fine. But of course, you're going to have, the pros and the cons with anything that you produce, right? Not
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I remember even being on nurses and, the accuracy that they had to have with even saying the medical terminology, things
Right.
like that. And I can't lie, I would have people from BC messaging me saying, "I just watched Nurses last night and they didn't say it right." And I'm like, what do I have to do with this besides being,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
like,
just reading the
yeah,
lines, okay? Like
I'm like, I apologize. I'm like, okay, I'll have to tell the showrunner about this, but like, yeah, I get it. So people really will inspect, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be cautious with that kind of stuff.
I think when you're close to it, let's say it's a certain trade of any sort, when you're close enough to it, when something's off. Like, I've seen it in movies and TVs, and I'm like, well, that ain't right. Like, that's far.
It's
But I mean, there's only so much you can do. The show has to go on
yeah.
still, right? So,
y-
we think it's accurate. We're 99% there, and then you find the 1% out there that no, it's
Yeah.
wrong. No,
Yeah.
that's wrong. So when you
It's
came up
I
with
yeah.
the idea for Condemn Woodstock, did you have the concept first and then pitch it? Because you pitched the Bell
Yeah.
yourself, correct?
Yeah, I got the yeah, so I basically yeah, we came well, I me and Lisa came up with the concept. I pitched it, I got it,
Hmm.
we created it, and yeah, no, it was actually season 1 was a very smooth ride.
Wow.
Because they were once again, what we pitched was needed. So they
Okay.
wanted it.
Yep.
Yeah, and they were
Yep.
yeah, yeah. So it just all flowed really well. We had an amazing writer, um getting like just everything flowed so good because these people are top notch that we had the crew,
Mm.
and the crew, yeah, so we had crew from basically Toronto area, Hamilton area. I want to keep a lot local, so
Yep.
we did get a lot of casts from like local up to, Ingersoll to London to, wherever Darren put out the casting notification or notice.
Hmm.
Yeah, people, we had just emails to go through. People were so interested. They just wanted a piece, right? They wanted to
Yeah.
be a
Yeah.
piece of the history.
No, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Well, and I've had, so my other podcast, I've had Ryan Lindsay's the creator, and I think he does producing and director now of the Trades. So that's one with Rob Wells, and some of the Trailer Park Boys have gotten involved now. So
Right.
I've had him on twice, and he did not have the greatest experience with Bell out of the gate. And I think maybe it was just the competitive nature of what was going on and the type of show. But I remember him pitching and saying, like, it is an uphill battle. Like, it's getting in front of the right people. You've got a
Yes.
concept. And then I think he reminded me of, I don't know if Crave is in the same building or not. So he ultimately pitched to Crave. Crave signed on, and they were near
Yeah.
the Bell executive offices where Ryan was turned down. And he was with Rob Wells at the time. And
Okay.
Rob is apparently a character off camera. And he's like, "Do you want to go in there and just give him all the finger? Like, do you want to?" Which would sound aligned with his typical character from Trailer Park Boys, but he was very
Yeah.
serious about it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I could just picture, being like, "Look at us now," and I think they're on like the third season or something like that.
Right?
Do you think,
Yeah.
is there enough history with Woodstock? Like, do you foresee, is there a third season potentially of Condemned Woodstock?
Well, that was the thing with so our last so Sangeeta Patel is our host for the
Hmm.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she basically during the last season she said, "Welcome to Condemned."
Hmm.
Because that would be our intro for further producing of shows. So
Okay.
yeah, that was the thing. Woodstock, we focused on the hangings, and then we went to more of the condemned aspect where,
Hmm.
if they were in trial or whatever,
Yeah.
if they're
Yeah.
still, but now we can take it and we could stream out. It could be Woodstock and beyond.
Right. Right.
So yeah, no, there was a lot of different there's still stories being created here. And there's a lot of different stories that are like past the border of Woodstock, Ingersoll,
Hmm.
Tavistock, things like that. So we were looking at those, but we like centralized Woodstock first, but now we can like stream out a bit. So technically
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
still Woodstock, Woodstock and surrounding.
Hmm.
But yeah, absolutely. We'll be doing another season.
That's cool.
So
I like it.
yeah.
So with Condemned, obviously, there's history there. I don't want to say it's negative, but it is like, it's a negative piece of history. But history is interesting. True crime sells. You said it, right? We all know it, because it's super intriguing. What makes them tick? What happened? What was the fallout? What actually went on with policing, et cetera, et cetera. If you could counter that, what would you say your best experience has been with the city of Woodstock?
Ugh, everybody's supportive. Like
Mhm.
everybody loved that we got our name out in the world.
Okay.
With the not that's the thing. I think like the stories were originally news driven, so people would read about it in the news and that's all they got. They weren't
Yeah.
there. They didn't witness it too much. They didn't see what actually happened besides yourself. I guess you were
Mm.
there. But, like but that's fluky. But I'm
Yeah,
just
it is
saying,
very weird, right? But yeah, there it
yeah.
is.
We but we've actually created the stories and now people see what happened in Woodstock,
Mhm.
actual. And that's the thing with the distribution of the seasons, like it's going to go worldwide.
Yeah.
So it's bringing the small town, the stories out into the world.
Yeah.
It's just, Woodstock has history. It has characters, it has like tragedies, of course,
Of
but
course. Yeah.
some really fascinating people do exist here.
Mhm.
So, it's like you don't have to go to Toronto to find these compelling stories. We're
Right.
here.
Yeah. And there's a lot of other history outside of, those specifically. I mean, Woodstock had that tornado just recently, but there was, the 1979 tornado, I think it was. There was the
Oh
flood
yeah.
at Pittock, that wiped out a ton. There was still, even when I was a kid, there was watermarks on some of the old houses,
Uh,
that you could see like right near the soffits. Anyways, okay. So outside of Condemned Woodstock and your acting career and everything you've done there, and you're biking and running and swimming all around the world and do all these things, are there any other series, what you can talk about, that you have in mind that you would love? What's your dream opportunity, if you can discuss it?
my dream opportunity. Are we talking?
I don't mean retire in Bali or anything like that. I mean, when it comes to either an acting project or a production project, what would the what would the one that really, because I mean, obviously Condemned Woodstock is great. That's awesome. You've accomplished that. But is there
Yeah.
one where you're like, okay, I really want this now?
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, you know what? I don't think okay, I haven't stopped with much. Like, once again, I come back to the
Something
compound
tells me
effect.
that's about true. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no ending to my life. There's no ending to me, right?
Yeah.
So I just that's a big question. But even coming back to like I'd love to continue producing television that originates here. You
Mm.
know, just gets seen well beyond Woodstock.
Yeah.
That was my goal. And I still continue to do that. You know, that's within the film industry, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Me, worldwide, I'm very competitive. I'm taking myself, my city,
Mm-hmm.
Woodstock, and
Yeah.
bringing it out there. People are recognizing Woodstock, Ontario.
I love
You
it.
know, so it's one of those things where I'm getting out there too, and people are coming back to scope out what Woodstock is about.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
idea. What else do I do? Okay, that was that. That was the film. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just I'll never die.
You've always got your I know your personality type, Farah. There's always
I'm big.
something. And sometimes it's I should put
Yeah.
energy into this one, but all of them get a certain amount of energy just to keep them hot,
Yeah.
or warm. We keep these all warm. We'll put them on the back burner's a little too far back. We'll keep them on the edge of a burner that was just turned off.
That's
It's
right.
a
I
little
think
bit
you know me.
warmer. Yeah. Yeah.
You kinda nailed me right there. Yeah, it's just
I
I don't
know
know,
it
I just
because I'm
feel
kind of like that.
it's the
Wait,
same
what
thing.
what what's your zodiac?
Leo,
Okay, Leo. Okay, well,
can
so
you tell?
Leo, Virgo, and Libra. Amongst those, typically creative, always a bunch of projects on the go, million things they want to do, but only so much time in the day. That's just generally the way it works.
Nailed
Okay,
it.
yeah, I got it.
Nailed
Okay,
it.
I've been doing something fun with some of the guests where we just get into quick fire. It's stuff typically that you've experienced or it's local to
Okay.
Woodstock. It could be, I've got a list here. We'll go through them and we'll see what you come back with. You can
Okay.
be as quick or long as you want on answering
I
them. They
got
are
it.
quick fire. I'll just say they are quick fire. But anyways, Farah, favorite Woodstock restaurant?
Oh, favorite Woodstock restaurant right now?
Yeah, getting hard to
Amici's.
choose now.
Amici's.
Which one? Sorry.
Amici's.
Okay. Okay.
Amuchis. I'm not even saying it right.
I can't. I
Amuchis.
can't. I don't. I don't even. All my guests that have chose it say it right, and I try to repeat it. I can't say it. Is it
I think it's Amuchis. Pretty sure it's Amuchis.
Amcucci's? A-M-A-U. Okay,
Amici's?
that one. We'll
Real
tag
good.
them. We'll tag them.
Okay.
They can
Yeah,
correct us.
yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Favorite place to ride locally?
Oh. Going out of Beachville Road.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I thought of that question, I was like, well, it depends on if you want to do mountain bike or road. Right?
Yeah, yeah, I see I picked a road because but I just feel like it's more calm that
Yeah.
way. A
Yeah.
lot of like because north and east is more like highway. So it's like
Much
that
busier.
doesn't
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
doesn't seem like a highway. So it's
Yeah,
kind
for
of like
sure.
going
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Okay. You've done a lot of research because of the production of Condemned Woodstock. So I'm curious with this one. So one thing, most underrated thing about Woodstock.
Underrated. About Woodstock.
Yeah.
No, well, this is the problem because now you're either talking historically or up to
Right.
date.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
that's
Different
my
guess. Next
research.
page.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Can I skip that one?
You can skip
No,
it.
actually,
I've
I'll
got
answer
more.
it. Um, I would you know what that really actually shocked me was the amount of female, killers there were in Woodstock.
Oh. Hmm. Hmm.
Mm.
Something in our water. Do
Yeah,
we still put fluoride in our water? Is that
it's the powder in the tarts.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's don't knock that. Yeah. No, yeah, that was kind of, like,
Huh.
interesting.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
interesting. That is okay. Now I've got more research to do. Okay.
Yeah, be
One
careful.
thing. What? Okay. You can't use pool. Okay. You just can't use pool. But one thing
Okay.
Woodstock needs.
What do they need? Woodstock needs a really super duper Windsor style pizza joint.
Okay. Hold on. We've got a lot of Farah. We've got
You
like
do.
25 pizza joints in Woodstock now.
We do.
What are we missing? What am I have my own preferred one, but I think I know where I can get it. What's
I
the
do too.
super duper pizza joint? What does it
The
have to
super
entail?
duper has to have Detroit water added to the flour recipe.
Get out of town.
I think so.
Really?
I don't know.
Interesting. You know
Maybe
what?
I'm acting.
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
Okay. The other day I was looking for, just out of curiosity, I don't even know why I got the craving. I was thinking about when I was in Chicago, but I'm like, I want a deep dish pizza. So I
Oh, wow.
like Google Woodstock deep dish. Nope. Nothing that I
No.
could find. So anyone
Mm-mm.
sees this, there's a deep dish in Woodstock, hit me up. But
yeah, but they have some excellent pizza. Yeah, well, I know there is, but just like coming from Windsor, I know the difference. So
yeah,
that's all. I just don't want to drive 2 hours just to get that taste, but
yeah.
I compensate, so it's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
The
I think I know the answer to this, but favorite production you've ever worked on. And I don't mean just as a producer, I mean in general, favorite production you've ever worked on.
Star Trek.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Mm,
Why?
oh, wow. Many reasons.
The
Maybe my
grand spectacle, of
outfits.
course.
Maybe my outfit. The prosthetics they put on me.
Yeah.
It was a cool vibe. I was on many Star Trek episodes.
That's
So yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was the outfit for sure. They customized it and just surreal. It's
Hmm.
how it is on TV. When you actually watch it, just the
Yeah.
detail to everything, that's how it was.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Acting or producing?
Ugh, that's like asking me biking.
Well, then you're gonna love my next
Like,
question.
you want me to break up 3 different ones. Okay, well, 2 different ones. Okay, acting, I do a lot more of.
Yeah.
Producing, that's a fine wine, right? You have
Mm.
to really focus and go through the motions. That's more of a endurance race.
Hmm.
Acting is more of a sprint. So,
Okay. Okay. Now
yeah.
that'll be interesting. Then what your answer to this one would be. So cycling 3,000 miles or shooting 5 episodes in 1 week.
I still like biking. I
Yeah.
literally just came from a ride right now and I'm like, do my hair. Duh, I'm like, oh, I could do a quick 40K before this podcast. I could.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah. See, these are tricky questions.
They're tricky.
I always like the physical part because I'm just like so full of energy. So I like to get out there and get going and enjoy, right?
Yeah.
Taping episodes is a lot of work. It's
No
a lot
doubt.
of
I bet.
it's the hours, right? You're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's great to create, but yet it is more work than cycling across America.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Final question. Any dream project you could work on, no matter what it is, anywhere in the world, acting, producing, athleticism, it doesn't matter. Anything
Yeah.
you could do, what would it be? What's the dream?
The dream.
Yeah.
Well, I do have something in the works right now.
Okay.
It's going to be an amazing, amazing show. And it
Are you
has
hinting
to.
us? Amazing Race? You're on the Amazing Race, aren't you? We know it.
I would love to be. I'd probably win it, but like we're not. Yeah, I'd win it because But no, it's in connection with triathlon.
Okay.
So yeah, no, it's combining all my worlds into one.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it's gonna be big names, attached to it too. So working with people that I usually, don't always work with or stand by, on
Yeah.
set. So it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
bringing them into my world, me into theirs, and it's happening. It's happening within the next year or two.
That's
So it
awesome.
is. It's gonna be big. It's gonna
So
be
your
good.
dream's coming true.
It is. I
There you
know.
go.
Yeah.
Sounds
A
like
lot
sounds like there could be some work in there.
Yeah, so it's gonna be good, and I'm gonna try to, get as many local people involved too. A lot of
That's
people
cool.
want to hop onto this already, so I'm like, this is
Nice.
great.
That's
Yeah,
very cool. Very cool. Well, I look forward to that. But otherwise, Farah, thank you so much for joining.
I appreciate it. This is great.
It's awesome. We'll continue to stay connected. Obviously, we'll pay attention to everything that's going on.
Yeah.
If I need to write a letter to someone just so that you can syndicate the condemn Woodstock and we can get it other places, just sell it to YouTube. Sell the
Oh,
rights to YouTube. They're buying everything anyways, and then
it's
everyone
true.
can watch it.
That's
Yeah.
true. I know,
But
I know. I want everybody needs to watch this because it's amazing. Just the local, you see everything. You walk
yeah,
down the street, it's there. You were there,
I can't
So
wait. I can't wait. I love it. Anyways, Farah, thanks so much for joining. I appreciate you, and we'll
okay.
stay well connected, and hopefully this resonates with the people that it needs to.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm so fresh like the morning.